Hey guys, welcome to this video. My name's Kat. As always, thank you for stopping in. Today we're gonna do something a little different, something I don't do all the time, but I figured I'd do one here now. We are gonna do a makeup look, super simple, super easy. I don't know about you, but in this world of COVID and in and out of quarantines and in and out of like stay-at-home orders, I have been doing my makeup just so I feel better. Putting my makeup on in the morning makes me feel good, whether it's just a little bit of makeup, whether I'm just having one FaceTime chat with a friend or greeting the mailman from the window. I like to put a little bit of makeup on just to make myself feel better. So this is something super simple, and you can follow along with the makeup you have. It's gonna be super quick. It should be done in about under 10 minutes. So I hope you guys stick around and enjoy this video. The first item I always use is the Smashbox Photo Finish Smoothing and Blur Primer. I absolutely love this primer. It is silicone based, but I just need a little bit of it. It is a little bit pricey, but I think it's worth it. I've tried a whole bunch of different primers. It is just clear. I just put a little bit on, and I specifically only put it right here where I need it. I always have larger pores right kind of in here, and that is problematic, but we can fix that with makeup. So I just work it in really well, like I push it into my pores and then I just kind of pat it out. And then I just finish up kind of up here and a little bit down here. I've got something growing on my face. It's like over the zit phase. It's over the zit phase, but it just won't go away. So the next thing I use is the Revlon Color Stay Eyeshadow Primer. This isn't my favorite, but for a drugstore price, it is worth it. I think there's better things on the market, but I also think there's worse things in the market. So I think it's like the in-between. It is tinted. Just be aware of that. It is kind of a tinted color. It is the closest color to my skin. I don't even know if they make different colors in it, but I just put that on my eyelids. I find that when it dries down, it isn't tacky, which is nice, but it is smoothing, which helps with putting eyeshadow on. So once that is kind of dried down just a little bit, it just takes a few seconds. I have wet down my beauty blender. I use one of these ones. This one's from Urban Studios. It's a cheaper brand, but I quite like it because it's got a tapered end to it. And I use my Lorac Perfection Foundation, SPF of 20. I always try to find a foundation that has a little bit of SPF in it because you want to protect that skin and you want to make sure that you keep the youthful look in your skin. I have bought this in the past at Sephora, but I recently have been finding it at TJ Maxx, which is absolutely great for me because it's always like half price or better. So I just use a few pumps. It's not a full coverage. It's like a mid to full coverage. You can build it up. I use the color beige, natural beige, I believe it's called. And I just pound that into my skin. I find this is the most relaxing part about doing my makeup is popping foundation on. Like it's just a pop, 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 pop. Like I said, it is buildable. I usually put 2 pumps on my wrist or my hand, and then I just go ahead and use it. If I need a little bit more, I add a little bit more, but normally it is pretty covering. It covers enough that I don't need any more. So if you do have, like I've got a wrinkle on my forehead because I don't have Botox because I'm scared of needles, so I don't do the Botox, but I find that it really helps blur all that kind of mess out. So once you've got your foundation on, what you want to do is grab some concealer. This is an optional kind of step, but I always conceal. I'm using the Born This Way by Too Faced Multi-Sculpting. It is in Marshmallow. I actually like the color Swan as well. They both work for me. This one's just got a little bit of a nicer tone for my skin right now. And I don't do like the full conceal when I'm doing just kind of a low-key moment. So I take the tapered end and I just pound it in like I did my foundation. I find if I use less concealer, it's better. I used to do like the full moment, but I have really stepped away from doing that during like COVID. I think COVID has taught us that we don't need as many things, as much makeup, you know, things like that. So I'm just gonna run this one underneath my eye as well. Just like that, and just kind of make sure it's well blended in. Next step, super important, especially if you've concealed. I use my Cody Airspun setting powder. This is in natural neutral. They didn't have the translucent when I was shopping for it. but this one works just as well. So I'm gonna once again take the tapered end of my sponge and just hit it underneath there. I like to really pop my under eyes out, so I like still baking during this kind of low-key glam moment. The other place I hit on my face is my wrinkle line. I have had this wrinkle line my entire life, and it's probably not gonna go anywhere. Like I said, I'm scared of needles, so I'm not probably gonna get that fixed. I'm gonna take my Too Faced Natural Lush bronzer. I absolutely love this bronzer. It is aesthetically beautiful, first of all. The pan is huge on it, and it's got, you've kind of got a dual tone kind of thing going on, and it smells like coconuts, which is my absolute favorite. Now I'm gonna use this brush. It is not my absolute favorite. I got this like in a Amazon kind of package. They are really cheaply built. However, I like the precision that this brush does give me. I do not blend well with this brush, and that is one of the downfalls of these brushes, is they don't blend well. They do pick up a lot of color and they can be precise. I just haven't bought new brushes in a long time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like faux contour my face with the bronzer. Sometimes I like to suck my cheeks in just to find that bone. Whatever you do, it's a super easy kind of way to find your cheekbone. I'm gonna toast up here. I'm gonna hit my jawline with it as well. So you can see how it's not blending in. It doesn't blend in well with this brush. So what I do is I take a brush that's more tapered. It's almost like a tapered kabuki. It is very soft, and this is from the brand called Quo. It's a local brand to us where I live, and this is what I blend with because I find I get a really nice blend with it versus the other brush. I potentially could use this for bronzer if I really wanted to. Make sure that's all blended in. Now I'm gonna leave my under eyes bake as much as I can because after I do eyeshadow, I will just kind of wipe it all off. The next step I'm gonna do is do my eyebrows. I bought this Urban Decay Brow Ended. It's got a primer on one side and a color on the other. It is not my absolute favorite, but it works. I do enjoy the primer side more than I like the color side. I find the color side is kind of patchy and almost dry, but I do enjoy the primer, and I've been doing my brows more low-key lately. I just kind of prime them up. The thing is you want to make sure that you get the primer on all the strands of hair, or else the color just seems to not stick. I really appreciate the kind of more natural brows. About 10 years ago, pin-thin brows were in, and mine are still growing back from that experience. I haven't got my brows professionally done in a year now because of COVID, and I can't wait to. But it's just one of those things that I'm not going out for to chance getting COVID. So the thing about this is, like I said, it is really dry. I feel like it's dry and it's a little bit patchy. But what I do is I kind of squint my eyebrows out and just kind of ever so lightly cover them with the color. I do like this color. I think I should have gone a little bit lighter. But because we can't swatch in stores right now or see, like, actually play with the product, I kind of chose what I chose. And by the way, I bought this in brown sugar. I probably could have used a blonde. See, I struggle with this product a little bit. I like the concept of it, but I'm not sold on it. Like, I probably won't rebuy this product. Then I'm going to go with eyeshadow. I'm going to take Laura Lee's Nudie 2 palette. I absolutely love this palette. I'd highly recommend it to you. It's got tons of options. Yes, this has been used, but we're going to use only 2 colors. We're actually going to use the low cut, and we're going to use the sheer color today. I'm going to take a fluffy, very fluffy crease brush, and I'm going to go into the low cut. Laura Lee's formulas do not have a lot of fallout, but I just always tap out anyway. And I'm going to concentrate the majority of the color on the outermost part of my eye. So we start with that, and then I'm gonna just take the remainder and kind of lightly blend it through my crease. Ever so lightly. I'm not jabbing it in there. I'm jabbing, not jabbing, but I'm concentrating here, so I'm dabbing there, and I'm gonna go to like 3/4 of my eyelid, and that's gonna be key to this look. Because I have kind of more inset, smaller eyes, I like to try to expand them as much as possible, so that's why I put the majority of my color on the the outermost part of my lid. Just gonna tap that and then just blend it through. Like I said, this is a super, super simple eye look. Anyone can pull it off. You don't have to be super skilled at it. You don't have to have crazy expensive makeup. Just take the darker color and work it on the outermost corner of your eye and then blend it through. So we're gonna take sheer and we're gonna take a clean finger and we are going to take a whole pile of product and we are gonna just tap that in right from the inner quarter and kind of blend it up just a little bit, leaving enough of that low cut color in the crease line, and I just tap it on. You could wet down this product if you want to go super, super bold. I find that it works well just doing this, and I just tap it out. Tap, 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 tappy, tap, tap. And then if you feel like you need to, you can go back in and just kind of blend that line together so it doesn't look like a harsh line. All right, so we've got the eyeshadow on, looking good. So now I'm gonna take my Underbake off and any fallout. There has not been any fallout from this palette, but just, you know, if you need, just kind of swipe all that out and then just make sure that you get all that Underbake gone. Just like that. And I'll just take any excess and just kind of dust it throughout. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. I hate my eyelashes. They always stick straight no matter what I do. So I don't even know why I do this step, but I just do it just because mentally I think it's better. I mean, it helps probably a little bit, but it's not like a huge help. Next, I'm gonna use the Sky High by Maybelline. These are the Lash Sensational Sky High by Maybelline. This product was so hot when it first came out. I just happened to get it on the day that Walmart put it out. It's interesting because the end is not like fibrous. It is like rubber. I like it. I do have a couple of issues with it. Like the product, you don't get as much product on per stroke. I mean, it's better for precision, I'll say that. And I do find after you work on the product, it does coat the lashes beautifully. And I always hit my lower lash line as well. I do think Maybelline makes a really good drugstore brand mascara. Their formulas are really, really nice. So the second last step I'm gonna do is I am going to set my face. I always think this is important, especially if you used a lot of powders. I'm using the Smashbox Centering Citrus Photo Finish. I got this in a pack, I don't know, about a year ago. And I do enjoy the smell, but I really enjoy their misters. They've got they got the mister spray thing down to a science because I've had some really crappy ones before. So this is a super optional step. Whether you want to do it or not, it's up to you. I like a little bit of highlighter. I've been using the Too Faced Love Light You Light Up My Life. It is gold. Do I love this product? I'm liking it. I'm not loving it, but I always just take a little bit on my cleanest finger and I hit the bridge of my nose. It is, like I said, it is gold. And then I will also sometimes hit my brow bones up here just to kind of make everything drawn up because I don't have a bunch of real estate in my like eye area. So I always like to make the most of what I got. So I just try to work that in. A couple of the reasons why I'm not too keen on this product is there is like an overspray on it. And I feel like it's packed so hard that I really have to work my brush in there to get it. And I'm just gonna hit my cheekbones. It is a nice color once you get it on there and it's not blinding, which is nice for a more natural look, but it just not, I'm not there. Sometimes I like a little bit more than this and I don't like how densely it is packed. So now you can leave your look at this, but like I said, I don't enjoy my eyelashes as much. So I always wear a pair of falsies almost every day. These are new. I've used them once, but they are like a new thing in the stores. They are from the Kiss brand, My Lash But Better. I had to trim them down, and I think they need to be trimmed down again. They are really, really long. I'm not sure if I love these, but I think for every day, they are good. So I'm using my Duo Adhesive Lash glue. I absolutely love this lash glue, except I wish I had the one with the brush in it. They didn't have that in stock when I was at the store, so I have to settle for the squeezy tube, which is okay too. I think the squeezy tube is harder to use for first-time lash people, because you want to make sure you put a really, really thin line on that lash band. They look cute. They are kind of more of a natural vibe and natural feel to them, which I like. I'm not sold on them yet. Thin line of glue, and then I always give them a shake. And for my bad side, I use a pair of tweezers. So now we got the lashes on, and because of COVID and because of having to wear a mask all the time, I always find my lips get really dry, so I try to steer away from colored lip products at the moment. But what I do use, I always make sure I have something on my lips. What I've been really into, like I've been into this for like 5 or 6 years, ever since I found the product. This is called Surfer Salve. It's a balm, but they make it in such a way that it's all natural. It's made in Hawaii. It's used to help soothe sunburns, dry skin, bug bites, chapped lips, and minor rashes. I also have their cream, I have their soap, I have their chapstick, actually in like a stick version. But this is what it looks like. It smells like eucalyptus, and I think it's so important to just keep those lips hydrated, especially when we're wearing masks. And I find this lasts a really long time, and I could not go a day without this product. So I'll link this in the description box below. It's from Island Soap and Candle Works. It's a female-run company, and you guys should definitely check it out. So that is it for today's look, you guys. I think it's super soft glam. It's super easy to do, under 10 minutes. You can do it with any of the makeup you have at home. So leave me a comment down below. Give me a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos, and we'll see you guys again soon.